Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis Autosports. Excited to offer you guys a absolutely gorgeous 1999 Jeep Wrangler Sport manual transmission, four-wheel drive with just 122,000 original and documented miles. We know this Jeep very well. We actually built this Jeep at roughly 116,000 miles to a local couple. At that time, the Jeep got fully built, all suspension, wheels, tires, bumpers, lights, Kevlar, fender flares, side steps, rear main seal, oil pan gasket, serviced the entire drive line. And like I said, that was close to 117,000 miles, so roughly 5,000 miles on the entire build. They needed a four-door JK. After they bought it from us, we tried to give them more room by installing a front and rear tow hitch to have storage, fishing poles, cooler stuff like that. This Jeep, was never towed behind a motorhome. Very, very, very clean Jeep. They loved the Jeep, but they needed a four-door, so that's what they got. Like I said, the build has 5,000 miles on it. Very, very nice Jeep. By no means a perfect Jeep. You got a little area right there where paint, it's super smooth, but that's the base coat that's starting to fade. It's not the clear coat, so that's good. This is just as smooth as this area right here. You also got one little area right there and a little area right there. Other than that, there's no issues really. We did the full Kevlar package all the way around. We did a front tubular bumper. We ended up adding the hitch and they still have one or still have it if you guys want it. I'll talk to them. But it's essentially a storage unit for a long cooler and fishing poles in front of it. It's aluminum, and there's one for the rear as well. Worn front lights. It's a full 2.5-inch suspension, coil shocks. We did quick disconnect sway bar end links as well. Like I said, at that time, rear main seal, valve cover gasket, oil pan gasket. Our DAS Rubicon replica wheels finished in a charcoal. I mean, you can see the tires are still literally new. At that time, we did a full paint correction service on it, and as you see, it's maintained really, really well. All the Kevlar has held up really well. To be honest with you, we didn't even do a full detail on this thing. It came back to us super, super clean. So we did a wash and a spray wax, and that is that. Front of the Jeep has a little edge, just like most front Jeeps do. It's not brand new, but by no means is it in terrible condition. You got a couple areas where the paint is splitting a little bit in the hood, but it's not split all the way. Typical little wear on the hood. I would say far better condition than your average Jeep rolling around. You got a little area right there that's been touched up. All the emblems are in great condition. We added some side steps. Another thing that they requested that we did to the Jeep, the guy that has owned this Jeep has owned a number of Jeeps, and he wanted us to reinforce the frame for him. So we actually, let me get down here. We actually did that from essentially here. Let me get this thing's acting crazy right now. Essentially from here all the way to the control arm perch, we reinforced all three sides of the frame as he requested. And then this right here is your transfer case drop down to have everything in alignment. So we did that very thick steel here by request. That's what he wanted. That's what we did. It's going to just make that frame a lot stronger, These frames are pretty thin from the factory, so got an upgraded frame section. Interior, we did bed rug for him as well. We did some covers that are still, I mean, these things look absolutely brand new. Bed rug is throughout the entire Jeep, even the rear cargo. Manual transmission, 4-wheel drive, slightly upgraded JVC sound system with speakers in the rear as well. Have some pictures of the engine bay in the listing. We'll do a quick test drive. It is Friday evening. I'm the only one here, and I gotta go. AC is ice cold. Now I'm driving this manual with two hands, one on the wheel, one on the shifter, one on the steady cam, so you're not going to get any professional photography work right now. Second gear start. Buy me a little bit of time. Third gear shift. Sometimes people ask in the videos, figured they would know, but they're like, what's that light coming on? Is it a check engine light? That's just the up arrow. It's giving you an indication to shift gears, which you don't have to, obviously, but Jeep is just cruising nice and smooth. $122 on the miles. Like I said, we did the original build very close to 117, so roughly 5,000 miles on the entire build. Really nice Jeep for the money. These things last forever. 122. Considered very low mileage for the year, especially at 99. Jeep looks stunning for the year. I'm going to wrap this video up. We could drive this for 20 minutes. You're just going to see the same thing. Jeep drives perfect. No check engine lights on. Look at that top right gauge. That's oil pressure, phenomenal pressure. Your temperature is exactly where it should be. And hope you guys enjoyed this weekend. Have a good one.